Hello. We're all on screen all at once, which is not normally how we do our, release live streams. Normally I'm on screen alone and then I introduce them, but we're so excited. This live stream is going to be a little bit different than other release live streams here on Inimitable Books because these lovely two ladies who co-wrote one of our releases today, 1,000 Words to Get Started, is based on a YouTube series that they made called Flash Fiction Live, where they, write flash fiction and edit it on screen because they're crazy right after. And so I don't know if we'll get to the editing part today, but we are going to show everyone how versatile the 100 writing prompts are, the 100 writing challenges are, and the 1,000 word sticker bank is at the back of the book, because we're all going to be writing the same prompt as each other, except the prompt that we chose and many of the prompts in this book have blanks in them. So we are going to be customizing them ourselves a little bit. And we're going to be picking our own words. But even if we had picked the exact same words, no one writes the same story as someone else. So it'll be a lot of fun. Also, Veronica King is here. Hello. Our other release of the day.
Oh, yes.
An Inimitable Lenormand deck. And it's shiny on the sides. And it opens up like a treasure chest. And it has a nice size booklet with full color art in it. And
it explains it because I need it. That was the driving force of that part. They trusted that the audience would know exactly what it means. And I was like, no. Pretend I'm your audience. So they made sure to bring it to my level.
We have the art, we have the meanings, and then we have like a little quote from books that like are related. And they're all Inimitable books, which is very exciting. So give Veronica some love as well. You can find both this, and I'm not going to hold up the booklet. I am going to hold up the box on our website above. I made a new category on the site for titles that are called Out Today because it's the first time it's ever been two at once.
I love that.
So please check these out if you pre-ordered them. I'm sorry. I'm seeing a private chat and I'm not sure what's going on. So can someone let me know what I just remember?
Our cards in there. Like we're like, okay, I know our author selves are in there, but there are
1,000 word cards in there as well. Yes.
So, yeah. Okay. We're like the prose is not included, so you don't get a starry diamond type thing to follow.
So
and everything.
That's a familiar face.
Yay! We love it.
And then
sorry, without the glasses.
Oh, now I recognize you. Oh, it's me.
Also without glasses.
Hi.
But then there's what's an example of one that? Yeah. So Bear is one, and then Veronica King wrote a microfic based on it. Based on the word there.
Oh my god!
Because there is one of the sticker words in this book.
That's so
whatever
awesome.
Just speaks to you, honey.
So Veronica was like very thorough in this. So
thorough is an understatement. I think we actually need to create another word for it. I'm not sure if that embodies it.
Yes.
Very detailed.
So
methodical.
We've talked about it multiple times because we've done the cover reveal live stream. We then did the cover reveal live stream of the second book in this series, which is coming out in January. 1,000 Words to Ignite Romance, which is
exactly 42 days from today, in case you needed another sign from the universe.
Yeah, 42, meaning of life. Get on it, people. This has 101 writing prompts, none of which are overlapped with the first book, 101 writing challenges, none of them overlap, and 1,000 words, 1,000 sticker words which again, no overlap. So if you get 2 of them, you get 202 writing prompts, 202 writing challenges, and 2,000 word stickers, which I'm not going to do the math out, but if you, within each book, you have over 2 octillion possible combinations, but I'm not going to redo the math to figure out what happens if you...
Not to mention, if you registered, well, too late now for this book, but for the next book, if you register your pre-order, you get bonus stickers, like 250 words of them.
Yes.
Yes.
So yes. Yep, absolutely. Oh, we're all nerds here. We got it, Regina. We got it covered. But while we've talked about, kind of where this came from and the origin of Flash Fiction Live, maybe a TLDR version for people who maybe weren't able to come to those past streams or found Inimitable books, or one or either of you.
So in 2021, September, I was on Zara's live stream and I had just gotten a prompt book and I decided, hey, if anybody wants to join me, here's the prompt and the words and everything from another book. And we've promoted that book before we started our own. So don't feel bad for me not mentioning it now in its entirety. Either way. And Chandra was on that stream too. Our first time streaming together on Zara's channel, 2021. And I made my first mistake as an author, which was reading someone else's story off the same prompt you're making as you're writing it. Didn't do that again. And but got through the prompt, got through her story and mine. Hers was better, it's fine. And I reached out and I was like, hey, I was gonna do live streams with this. You wanna join me? And then it just evolved from there.
Yeah, we definitely went through a bunch of different iterations and process. And one thing too, like at the beginning, Natalie would actually do an outline for each of the prompts. And I was just winging it. And I think we've taken on a little bit of each other as we've worked through the process and, written more flash fiction than I can keep track of.
I was going to say, you've done a lot.
I've been counting on mine because I'm also including my, the contest that I do outside of the book. And I am sitting at right now 311 since September 21st or September of 21, which I want to say might have been like September 28th or something like that.
Yeah. Well, it's really helpful preparing for writing prompts in general or like any kind of submissions that we've both done. A lot of them, it's like I would not even know where to begin if I hadn't had all of this practice, if we hadn't like done all of this and written this book together while we were figuring out,
And that wasn't even the purpose. We were just like, we were doing Flash Fiction Live and creating and going off this pre-set up flashes. And then we started creating our own method of creating prompts and flashes. And through that creation, we're like, maybe someone else likes this.
Yeah. Well, I remember I had gone grocery shopping and either you called me or I called you when we were talking about it and what we wanted out of prompt writing and the parts we found frustrating or that didn't quite meet our needs as writers. And we started just talking about all of the things that we would change. And those things that we would change came from basically where we started. And we were like, you know what? If we have all of these things that we want to change about a prompt writing book, why don't we just make our own?
And then someone somewhere
said stickers.
Said stickers. And we don't know who. It's honestly, in my mind, it's between Chandra, myself, or my mother.
Yeah, I remember.
And I have no clue who said it, but it just we
twins when you're like, oh, I don't remember whose memory it was.
But I know that we talked about your mom specifically.
Yeah, because mom was like, oh, that sounds interesting. Yeah, y'all have fun with that.
You're like, thanks,
my southern mother into a Midwestern here. Either way, she's just as sweet as them. But the not the backhanded southern style of sweet. Either way, back to the point.
genuinely sweet, not like a bless your heart. And it's like,
yes, that's my mother and everything. I don't think she has a mean bone in her body. And for all I know, when she was a kid, she could have been the school bully. And I don't know.
We don't know our parents.
We don't.
True.
But back to the point. So stickers we latched on, and from there, Chandra and I we started combining like Excel spreadsheet and lists, and Sarah was creating her publishing company at the same time. We're like, let's give Sarah first right of refusal because this is like really a passion. This is something that's like homegrown in the entire AuthorTube community and stuff like that. And we were like, I want Sarah. And like, she was our first choice. And luckily
you never let me know how much you wanted me.
We were like, well, fingers crossed, like, you know.
Yeah. Well, and then also this whole time we had an immense fear of like, is it impossible to get stickers? Yeah, and what if Sarah said no? We were hoping you wouldn't say no. We
no, but you were also scared I would say no to the stickers.
Or no, we were afraid we wouldn't be able to get the stickers. Like you would say yes, but then the stickers just couldn't happen, and that was something. And we were like, that's what we really want. Like when I say with stickers, so many people's faces light up. I mean, and it's the whole reason why.
I know.
From the get-go, we talked about the cover changing before, but from the get-go, we knew we want with stickers in the bottom corner.
Like, yeah, and if
that is something that stayed constant.
About how the cover changed, on the 23rd, so 3 days ago. Yes, that's how math works. Day math, calendar math works. Inimitable Books, we posted on Instagram the cover journey. And you'll see, you know, a lot of things stayed the same from very early on, like conceptually. And then most of it is like, actually, all the details though changed. But one detail that never changed were obviously the author names or the fact that it said there were stickers.
Yeah. But if you look at the cover iterations, it is a physical representation of the editing process overall.
Yes. If you didn't have a computer, how it would look. If anything though, I will say when I'm editing by hand, if I don't have a pen, it's just a pencil, I have like levels of darkness to the graphite, like there's the absolutely not happening, like as dark as you can get, about to rub a hole into the paper scratch out, and then there's the light one of like I might want to come back to this.
You know,
right now it's cut.
It's funny. I don't remember exactly where I took some course where it was talking about the appropriate way to like mark up for edits and how you're only supposed to draw one line through something.
Yes.
And I'm like, I was like, that's so adorable, because usually the reason I'm scribbling something out is because I've spelled it incorrectly. And I know that's one of the reasons that I was like, absolutely must have stickers so I don't have to flip back and forth in the book trying to copy the word over and make sure I spell it correctly.
When I so my grandma taught me how to edit, like proofread something by hand. So I use all her proofreading marks that she learned when she was a secretary. So I also know how to read shorthand, which is like an official thing, which is kind of its own language. And then my mom knows the same way as well. So I rarely edit only on paper, and it's normally like if I get stuck on something, I'll print it out, because now, you know, I'd rather not print a bunch of things if I don't have to.
Yeah.
Because ink is expensive, and also, you know, we're already printing a bunch of books for the publishing industry. Maybe don't print more paper than I need to. But when I do, it looks like a single line. So if you guys saw my hand edits, you'd be like, oh my God, you're so weird. This is not what I was taught.
I think it's good. I think at least to know the kind of the basics of it. And I do like write a lot of notes in my notebook, like whenever I am outlining or I'm brainstorming or anything like that. And I have my own key because it varies depending on what I'm writing. But I think it is a lot easier to edit on the computer. And that's one of the reasons why I like to type it first. Even though we have lots of pages, lined pages in the book where you can.
That was important to me.
Yeah, where you can write.
Over the years, I've had multiple writing prompt books, and they either give you way too much space for the number of prompts that there are, and I'm like, I would have preferred more prompts, and not like all the space to write like just a few prompts. And then there are books where it's like, oh, a ton of prompts, and then there's like 1 page to write anything, and I'm like,
yeah,
what are you doing? But this is a flash fiction writing book, so all the stories should be 1,000 words or less. But we give you this page, which I'm still filling in with my words, so don't try and zoom in really close and read it, because I'll share it when we get there. The prompt page, and then the next 2 pages, and then the 3rd page. So you almost have 4 pages to handwrite, if you so choose, any prompt in this book.
And I've used it when I was out and about, and I had an idea for a flash, and I had the words already in there because I try to set myself up. I try to remove as many roadblocks as possible that keep me from writing. One of them was choosing words and stuff. And I was like, fine, I chose the words already. Now I just got to figure the rest out. So I used those pages at the time, because I couldn't write it on my computer, which is where it'd end up at the end. But I chose to outline real quick. And my outlining, by the way, when it comes to these books is I have 10 words and I just give myself 10 flashes. Like, there's a picture frame. All right, the picture frame is on the sideboard right as you walk into the house. Okay, what's next? There is door slams at some point in this scene. Like, these are the little clicks that I go through when I outline. So it's not a full outline. I don't have characters chosen. There could be just something said of one of my flashes that I wrote, because I wrote 32, which is going to be a bracket challenge of the best line from 16 flashes in 1,000 Words to Get Started and 16 flashes from 1,000 Words to Ignite Romance. So 32 flashes in the past 30 days. But one of them, the line that stood out to me, and I wrote this line down before I started the flash, and the lines end up near the end, but it says, "You put the mean in meaningful."
Ooh, I like
that.
And it was mean, and luckily it's one of the sweet ones, so it's not a vicious one, but feel free to steal it. But it was that line, one of my words was mean, and it stood out to me, and that's what stood out, and I was like, how am I going to get the story to that point?
If you say mean one more time, though, my brain is going to hear the Taylor Swift song.
I was already there. Thanks for joining.
That's so funny.
Hey, Sarah.
Yes.
I took a picture of the hand sketch because I forgot to bring it with me, but thank God I have a picture.
Yes.
Did I send it to you?
Did.
I couldn't remember. I'm going through my phone and I'm downloading it again. I did. Okay.
We're talking about for the bracket, or are we talking about the cover idea?
The cover for 1,000 Words to Get Started, because we can go through how it started, because you didn't show this in your Instagram post.
Yes, I know. I was holding it. Now let me remember where I saved it on the computer.
If not, I can send it again. I shot it to you in email. I do know that.
Yes, I might just pull it up via email, because that might be.
And while she's pulling that up, I specifically chose this shirt for the release of our prompt book, because the phrase itself is a prompt. Make things happen.
Love it.
It just freeze. So any author out there, that's what you're doing. That's the goal. Make things happen on the paper. Let's not do a biography and need to kill off one of the characters, okay?
But why?
That's not what they meant by kill your darling specifically. I'm just saying.
Okay, Natalie, for some reason, I thought it came through, but it says that it just says the word scan from your attachment, not the actual image.
Okay, I am sending it again.
The first time you had sent it to me forever ago was, just.
I know, we planned too far.
I know, we went really. Oh, wait, did I save it under mock covers forever ago when it first happened? Nope, that was the Canva mock-up. I don't have the. Yeah.
Stand by. If anything, we're talking about and creating more buzz.
I know, the anticipation.
I will say the picture kind of sucks because I couldn't get the contrast, but
okay. So here's and this isn't a rule, but I'm gonna quote unquote cheat and use 12 stickers because I use some for the
prompt itself.
Fill in the blanks, and then y'all are gonna see I did something fun as well with my words.
So one of my favorite things to do. Yeah, I went random, and one of my favorite things to do is that if I can get a cliche but change it, even better.
Yes.
You'll see what I did. You'll be like, "Ooh, maybe we'll make that a writing challenge in the future." For a future book, maybe, which means
if there is one,
which means the first book has to be successful, and the second book should also be successful. So if you've bought one but you haven't bought the other, please do.
I mean, if you don't, you're just stealing food straight out of my children and fur babies and Chandra's fur babies. You're just stealing food out of their mouths. I'm just saying, no pressure.
No more catnip for Dobby.
I mean, we've already saw the tail swish around back there.
Yes.
Once.
Yes. Okay.
I did get him a self-heating mat. And it's got like that rescue blanket material
and winter is coming.
Mm-hmm. So when he lays on it, it reflects his own body heat back to him.
Oh, wait, can you tell me what that is? Because we have like the reverse of that. So like my mom and I have a cooling mat for Riley that when she lies on it, it's like pressure activated coolness.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'll send it to you. He's absolutely loved it though, and it's nice because it gives my legs a break when he's trying to lay on me because I'm warm and my legs start to go numb. He'll actually be like, actually, I can lay down here. And yeah, it's nice that it doesn't require any electricity and it's washable.
So. Okay, yeah. So I'll tell you about the cooling one and you'll tell me about the other one. Yeah. Natalie, your email came through and the preview of it is the signature. So it just says respectfully, Natalie. And I'm like, that's
but then click on it.
Someone is speaking and they're like, respectfully, it's like, is about to be disrespectful.
It's also my automatic thing, and I always have to pay attention because for anyone who doesn't know, Natalie Locke is a pen name.
Yes, so I know. That's why
I'm all constantly paying attention. Though I will say I totally dead named myself once. I guess not dead name.
It's not a dead name.
Yeah, it's not a dead name. It's still my name.
It's your real name.
I real named myself.
You real named yourself. Yes.
God, that was poor choice of words. I truly apologize for that one, but yeah,
it's not exactly doxing, but it
was a mistake. Like we're here. We can learn. Yeah. We're good. You're not going to get canceled.
Hi, buddy.
Let me download it so I don't show the email.
Wanted to say hi to them.
Yeah. Also,
well, that's Chandra and Zara. You met both of them.
Hi.
No.
Hi.
Wait, no, you haven't met Chandra. Why do I think that? I keep on thinking, just because I've seen Chandra like 3 different times, and I keep on thinking, yeah, she's met everybody. Well, through video, yes.
Same.
Through video. Yeah. Okay.
So I haven't written in the words that I'm going to use for the prompt.
She called you handsome.
But I have chosen all of the challenge words.
Ooh.
And
oh yeah, I didn't pick a challenge.
I've picked mine just because. So for anyone who's not used to this background, don't worry, you don't need to be. I am at my brother and sister-in-law's place in a spare bedroom. Just throwing myself back here, and I shut the door, but I planned during writing to fulfill the writing prompt environment challenge of writing in a noisy space, because I got both my kids here, my husband, brother-in-law, sister-in-law, mother-in-law, and there's 2 dogs here as well.
There it is.
We got the cover initial concept from Natalie. So
this was a rough sketch. This was just throwing stuff down.
So it says Prompt and Story Stance, which was our initial title, which I loved.
I know. It was so punny.
It wasn't good enough for SEO. So Simon & Schuster asked that we change it. But you can see the word puppy and up here, windmill, pyramid, sword, woods, flower, star. There's a drawing of a puppy. There's a windmill. There's a star.
Sword.
That's a rose. That's a rose. This is a sword.
Woods and pyramid at the bottom.
Yeah, and then a pyramid. And then this says with stickers. It got cut off a little bit.
Yeah, but that's fine. So this was the first sketch where we were like, hey, what do we want? I mean, you see, we don't even have our names on here. We didn't think that far ahead of giving ourselves credit. We were just trying to get the cover. And so we were thinking in our minds, and this is where you'll want to talk to professionals, by the way, but we were thinking, oh yeah, you know how you get pictures in your mind as you're reading, so that's why you see the words and then you see the pictures. And then Sarah was like, honey, it kind of makes it look like a drawing prompt book. And I'm like, you got a good point. Okay. How can we fix this?
Yeah, we did. That definitely wasn't even a thought for
it was just yeah, pictures in the mind, totally.
You know,
and then I was like,
1,000
words? We don't have any pictures in it. This might be a little misleading.
Yeah, and honestly, all that I got out of it was prompt and story stance, and then a picture's worth 1,000 words. We're writing flash fiction.
Which is brilliant. But then we would have needed images in the book, which we just didn't do. So
that's what ADHD leaps look like on paper.
Well, that is what my brain looks like. Except I have aphantasia, so it's more like all the drawings would have been blurry as hell. They would have been blurry like Natalie's background.
I love it.
And then if anyone,
and then I got Chandra when she reads my stuff. She's like, it will be like, God, I'm trying to think of something. So, the orange peel was the orange peeled or something like that. And she's like, I'm literally picturing an orange peeling itself right now.
That's what my brain just thought.
That was a poor example where I was targeting that direction, but I've written stuff where I'm like, that was not my intent at all. Why do you get that? Dang it, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So I got to fix it.
Yeah. So then here's a version of okay, words are blurry, but some are visible. And then it says with stickers, and we added the subtitle to make it clearer. And we added the author names because,
we finally remembered we should get credit. Actually, Sarah remembered and we went, oh yeah, that's great.
So this was us playing around in Canva. This version, I think, was maybe the third Canva version of Chandra and Natalie each had made individual versions and then made a combo version. And then I took elements from all three versions and was like, what if we do this one? Just so we could get
anyone who's thinking, oh, what's wrong with this? So what's wrong with this? One, author names are really small and separated, as well as the prompt and story stance. Never mind. We'll discuss why the title changed, but the bottom part kind of blends in with the random words too. And so it kind of just looks busy, but at the same time, dull.
It looks really empty and really busy at the same time.
Yes. And so it's just
not enough of what it is.
It's not popping. Yeah. All right. So then we
hired a cover designer.
We got a professional.
Which was always the plan. I do want to make that clear.
Yeah.
There was always a plan to have a cover designer, but what I like to get my authors to do is either we make a mock cover in Canva, or they draw something because they have better artistic talent than I do, or we at least have an idea and notes of what we want for a cover that I can then go to a cover designer and be like, hey, here's our ideas. What do you think? They make a version and then we tweak from there. So in the top left, you see prompt and story stance. The font for everything is typewriter font. And you don't see specific words in the background. You just have this handwritten stuff and some words are crossed out. And then we have the thing that says with stickers. So you can see from the on-screen versions and the one in my hand, a lot of things stayed the same.
And the author credit stands out too.
Yeah.
And can't be confused with something like with part of the prompts or words or anything like that.
And the subtitle or can't be confused with the background now. And so you see how it pops by having it on this paper. And then you kind of get a vibe. You got handwriting in the back, stuff crossed out, which is probably what your pages are going to look like if you choose to write in the book the whole time. You're not required to. I've been typing the whole time, besides the outlining that I've done real quick before. So if you want, we actually had a list of titles. I kept on trying to go punny.
Yes.
And Chandra was my cheerleader instead of my voice of reason.
I am very seldom the voice of reason when it comes to
okay, the thing is that I was all set for prompt and story stands.
Oh, yes.
And then because Simon & Schuster is our lovely distributor, I have to present to them early on, like, hey, we have a book coming up. This is the title. This is the cover. Or if the cover's not ready, here's a mock-up of the cover. Here's the description. Here are the blah, 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 blah. And they were like, we really like this idea. Stickers will make it hard to sell into libraries. Are you willing to budge on that? No. Okay. The title is not clear enough. People aren't going to know to search for this. The subtitle of flash fiction prompts might be enough, but it's, for these types of books, you generally want a less punny title.
You want searchability, because if someone searches up prompt book, the first one, it could be prompts could make them not find the first one if they wrote prompts as plural.
Yeah. So we went to 1,000 words to get started. And then funnily enough, I think last year, after this was like already at the printers and ready to go, another writing book came out called 1,000 words. And we're like, nope, but we're a writing prompt book. The other book is not. So we were still good. We were very happy. It's a very different book than this one. But you'll see that the subtitle on both of these versions on screen are different than the final version that we ended up with, which is Flash Fiction Live Presents 101 Creative Writing Prompts and Challenges.
We also took out the to get you started.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just didn't, I don't know. It looks cleaner without.
When you have an implied you versus a actual you, like the implied you kind of just appears cleaner.
Yeah. So
that's how we got here.
Yes.
And about here, if this was the start of our movie, it would be like, hi, you're probably wondering how we got here. Let's start at the beginning.
Yes. So we are here. Let's share the prompt that we've all been working on or are ready to work on. We might go over just an hour-long live stream because we spent 30 minutes chatting and then we haven't written the thing yet.
It's typical writer stuff.
Yes. So for people who are wondering, in the book, all blanks are much longer so that if you're handwriting in things, you can fill in the blank. If you have large handwriting, you can fill in the blank. If you want to fill in a blank with multiple words, you can. There are really no rules. You don't even have to use any of the 1,000-word stickers in the back if you don't want to, although we did put them there for you. So we hope you have fun using them, even if that's, I have kids and they could use a vocabulary lesson, so instead we're just going to do that versus, mom using them to write in a book. If you just use the stickers, they're there, use them. Use them. So you don't need to lose them. But the prompt is blank the blank star. And Chandra, why don't you say how you filled in the blanks and your 10 words? Because the rules for this book are basically your story has to be 1,000 words or less, and you should pick 10 words from a word bank to use.
Yeah. So create a word bank either from the stickers or handwritten.
Yeah.
I hand wrote in for the first blank, have you ever seen the North Star?
Cool.
And the words, should I go ahead and say what words I've picked?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got bow, abacus, corkscrew, gone, hypnotic, mole, quiver, whenever, shuffle, and shrug.
Cool.
Did you pick a challenge?
I was looking at the challenges, and I'm trying to decide between the first one, which is to start each new sentence with the last word of the preceding sentence.
Ooh.
That was so hard. That was so hard. No, we can have
I remember
a conversation
that one
about
being really difficult. And then I also
because I had to change the form of the word, like I had to make it ed or something in one versus the other. Either way,
it's also kind of funny because one of the things that we look at for each other when we are writing and editing is making sure that we don't have the same word appearing multiple times in the same sentence or paragraph.
Like, because it's called an echo if you do it without
meaning to. Yeah, so it's like, he opened the door, he shut the door was closed but popped open. Like you end up like reading through when you're editing and it's, what was I thinking? So that
you just got to realize you're a different person than when you drafted. I don't care how long ago the draft was.
It's so true. So yes, I'm not sure which one y'all choose for me, 1 or 7. The 7 is right in the horror or thriller genre.
No, that's your comfort zone. I choose 1.
Yeah, you can't do that, Chandra.
Okay, so
we're going to show them how a challenge will be a challenge. Listen, and the only reason 7's in there is because I don't normally write in that genre. And so I made sure to.
Okay.
No, I did do the sci-fi genre when I did one of my flashes in here. So, because it was new and different.
Okay. And I picked a challenge. I picked a challenge for mine. So I'm all set. But you go.
Okay. So my challenge, I'll start saying that one, is 95, which is one of our environment challenges. Out of the 101 challenges, like the last 10-ish, okay, a little over 10, are environment-based challenges. So this is just setting up your space, whether it's interrupting your sleep, whatever. Mine is write in a noisy space. So when we start writing, I'm going to mute myself and open that door because that's all I need. And I say it counts because family. All right. So that's my challenge. The 10 words I chose are allergy, alpha, daze, dazzle, deal. Then I wrote in 5 words because I just want to make sure I have plenty of words to choose from for future prompts. The 5 words I wrote in were snap, pull, puppy, will, and type. And then I'm proud of the prompt. Hopefully I can do it justice, but I called, I try to steer away from cliches. So when you see star, it's like last star or first star or something like that, and I try to steer away from that. And so I decided to say charging the faintest star.
Cool.
So, yeah, it's going to be an underdog story apparently.
Okay.
But that, which is actually really fitting because, by the way, there is a puppy here, and hopefully I can bring it on screen at some point. It's my in-laws.
So I was gonna be like, you got a new puppy?
No. I'm still trying to do the long con so we can get a second cat. So
got it. Okay. So I chose challenge 101, which is draft without an outline, which I have not done since 2017 for good reason. So this will be fun. I use all stickers. So I did book the first star as if it was like for an interview. Ooh. And then my words are in alphabetical order. And I skipped the letters for B because that's already book, and F for first. So all my words, including the 2 that are in the prompt themselves, are address, book, cupcake, dragon, embargo, first, genius, honor, instinct, joint, kiss, and league.
Ooh, I love it.
Oh. My son brought her in. Oh my god.
Beagle?
Yep, she loves
She is a beagle.
Yeah, a beagle.
Adorable.
She's so cute.
Oh, she is. Yeah, my son stayed the night here last night. He's like, I'll be with the puppy. I was like, all right, bye. Have fun. We'll pick you up tomorrow. But he just poked his head in. Okay. All right. Yep. Give Uncle his puppy back.
So
I'm using him for cloud, I have to admit. Yeah. He said it's perfectly fine and shuts the door. All right, here.
Oh, my cuteness is very accurate.
Yes. I did let my in-laws know. I was like, I'm gonna totally use your puppy for cloud. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't be sorry for that at all. Okay. So it's been a while since I've actually tuned into one of your Flash Fiction lives. I do apologize. How long do you put on the clock to write?
So drafting is 30 minutes, minimum of 20. But also we're professionals. Sure.
Okay. I mean, I'm happy to do it with, I think 15 would be too crazy because that would be like at the top of the hour and we would be, but
the shortest Flash I've ever written was 61 words and I did include all 10 words.
Okay. So do we want to say 20 minutes or okay. So we're at 4:43 in my time, Eastern time. So let's say 5:10, which gives us a little bit under 30 minutes. It's between 20 and 30 minutes.
Yeah, we can do that.
No problem.
Okay, I'm going to pull up a timer on Google. And what is 70 minus 43? 27.
Your math was way faster than mine. I was still in shock that numbers were being mentioned.
I'm sorry. Okay, we're going to share this. And it's no longer 27. It's now 26, actually, because the time changed. And we're going to start writing in 3, 2, 1. Happy productivity, everyone.
Such a pleasant sound.
How did everyone do?
328 words. Used all 10 words, and if this was one of the 32 flashes, but I'm not going to make it because I already have them chosen and wrote. But there is a favorite line in here because the approach I went was a little kid kind of like realizing he can't get what he wants, but then also realizing adults don't get what they want either.
Ooh.
And so his sister, who's taking care of him, and there's a whole backstory to that, but the line was, his sister turns to him and she goes, as an adult, things like grocery shopping and going to the post office are like allergies that we must keep in check. We didn't ask for it, but we have to live with it.
I love that.
So that's how I use the word allergy. I made it allergies, but yeah.
Cool.
Any favorite lines for y'all? How many words?
I got, let me see here.
783?
No. 389. I have a lot more backstory than I was able to, imagine that.
What? No way.
Way more backstory than I could fit into the story itself. But I did get all of the words in. And I also got, of course, I like to include the prompt as part of the story, so I was able to work that in as well.
I hand wrote it, so I'm very quickly typing it out to see how many words I wrote. I've already typed the whole first page of it, so I'm pretty sure I'm safely underneath it because I am not very loquacious with my writing.
The upside of writing it out and then typing it is that you can do some slight editing between them because there's going to be some certain things that just stand out and you're like, I'm going to change this word.
Yeah, no, I actually haven't though, so I'm actually quite proud of that.
That's awesome.
God, you didn't have to brag.
I haven't handwritten something like this in a short amount of time in forever, so my wrist is killing me. Okay, so I'm gonna take
mine did too. That's why I had to stop handwriting for a long time because especially when I was doing like Flash Fiction February and stuff like that, like my wrist hurt so badly. Oh, by the way, choosing to do a writing in a loud location, like opening the door, the family supported that. I've had 4 people trying to speak over each other, dogs barking, puppy coming to visit me. I'm surprised I got any writing done. Basketball game going on, like just across the hall. I hear every single whistle and the announcers going off the whole time. It's loud.
That's cool.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I need to stop typing grammar because they're like, I'm just going for word count right now.
There you go. Don't even worry if it's spelled correctly. Just make sure it counts it as a word.
I completely failed this challenge.
Oh, great. What was your challenge?
It was to start
word.
Yeah. Ooh. I definitely did not do that.
It was hard for me.
I didn't even think about it because all I did was write the thing instead of now I would have to go back and update it to make sure the words were, because I didn't even think about it. I was very focused on the prompt and the words. So that would be that'll be editing Chandra's problem.
Well, no, so here's the beauty. For anyone who doesn't know, when Chandra and we draft, that's when we stick to the challenge, stick to the words and everything. When you're editing, forget about what the prompt was, the challenge was. The goal of editing is to make the story better.
Yes.
All right. So unless the challenge was rhyming story and you're trying to make it rhyme and have the right beats now, don't worry about the challenge.
Yeah. I definitely, it left my brain immediately. So
it's okay.
Whoops. I don't know that I even did it once.
Yeah. Now, I will say, So Chandra and I, by doing so many flashes, this is why we are so adamant about flash fictions, is that, okay, we have the moment of looking at a blank page or have a prompt or something. We're like, what am I going to do? Like, we still freeze up, but we have gotten to the point where it's like, we still ask that. And then we start going through, okay, allergies, like what could that be? Or a puppy, is it going to be an actual puppy, or am I going to make it a metaphor, or, you know, or a simile? Like, and so we start the 10 words, the prompt, it all kind of gets you going. Like I said, with the prompt of charging the faintest star, I immediately thought of like a little child kind of like not having any autonomy to be able to do what he wants. And that kind of started guiding the story for me. So it's, again, we freeze just like everyone else, but we've gotten to a point where we've trained our minds so much that we at least start to, it's almost like when you tense up in preparation for something, we untense and go, okay, just something come to me, please. And then it starts flowing.
I think you also stop self-editing before you get anything on paper, because that's, I think you don't realize how often that's what's happening, and the process is just get something on the page, don't worry about the rest of it till editing. That is editing's you problem, and it's not your business right now.
I'm so close to being done. I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
I see Eva popped in. Hi, Eva.
Yes. She asked how we're doing. If you asked that before the stream, we would. Chandra's house is immaculately clean right now. Mm-hmm. My bathroom is clean because it was utilized multiple times. And so thus it needed cleaning. Then, yeah, and I'd say my bathroom, but I'm at my in-laws right now. So, brother and sister-in-law. And, yeah, so it's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. Yeah. We're happy to be here. It's definitely surreal. Yeah. Like, I don't think it's going to hit me until, you know, and this is a great segue, almost like I planned it. I swear I didn't. But in the prompt books, we have hashtag 1,000 words prompt.
Yes.
And we did research to see if anybody was using it. No one was. Or if they were, they didn't matter enough. But if you write your story, and since I'm doing this for... I'm doing a bracket challenge where we got 16 stories out of here and then 16 stories out of the 1,000 Words to Ignite Romance that will come out in 42 days. You're not going to know the best line from each. Nice. You're not going to know the best line from each.
2 full pages.
Onto each.
2 full pages. And then little words on the next line. So I got all 12 of my words in. I included the prompt as a quote within it, and I wrote 416 words.
That is awesome.
Handwriting? Nice.
Yeah. And I got basically to the end of it, so.
You crushed that.
I'm so excited. I haven't been able to attend one of yours in so long because, you know, other stuff to edit and things like that. But this is so much fun.
Well,
see, that is the joy you have. It's like the fact that most writers, we don't get to finish. Like, it's like months before we finish. And even when we finish, we're finished drafting, we're finished editing. And actually, we're never finished editing. But because once you publish something, that's when you're going to find 12 more words that are misspelled. But the flash, you get a sense of closure of this story's done. I was able to spit it out. I'll come back to it later to make it better, but right now it exists. And that was the main purpose of the draft.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of that. Well, especially too when you're like drafting bigger projects and you don't get that sense of like, ooh, yay, I finished something, to sprinkle in flash fiction throughout. It's like, even if I haven't finished this or I haven't written something else, I have written a flash fiction piece. I've written something. I've finished something every week.
And Chandra has been able to she writes a flash and goes, wait, this will fit perfectly into the manuscript I'm already working on. And I'm like, yes. Sweet.
I've done that like multiple times.
And awesome. So those are nice moments when you don't feel like it's a complete detour and everything. And even then, you're still getting these challenges. And that's why we say, no matter your writing level, you're going to become a better writer.
Yeah. And it does too. And starting any project now, like we were talking about before, starting anything for if you're wanting to do a writing submission where they have specific rules and guidelines, and you're wanting to prepare for those and get some like examples of the kinds of things you might see there, it's really helpful because a lot of times the challenges I think are similar to what you'll see when you're looking at a submission. Or there's like words or objects or actions that are that you need to include. This helps you prepare for all of that because it's not. I mean, you do that. You sit down, you set a timer, you choose your words, you choose your prompt, and you start writing, and you've simulated that whole thing.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't have a timer, which is fine because sometimes with these writing prompts you'll have like 24 hours. And stuff, which is better. And the other thing I love is that, I told you about the hashtag and everything. You could just write it like a diary. Like, no one has to see anything you write. You don't have to worry about sensitivity readers. You don't have to worry about... Oh, you're fine. We're around family here. It's Thanksgiving week.
Yes.
But you don't have to worry about sensitivity readers or getting it right and everything. Like, this is just to make you a better writer, more creative, so that if you publish it, I highly recommend, when in doubt, get somebody.
Yes.
Definitely.
And publishing to me also counts your IG. Like, if it's going to be publicly out there associated with you.
Yeah. You don't want to put something out there that could get you canceled if you could have had second, thirds for people looking at it and helping you.
But, I mean, out of the 311 flashes I wrote, I've picked out 60 that I thought about a compilation.
Oh, that actually is an answer. I think we had a question about that too from Regina.
Yep, I had that start. I knew it was going to circle back around.
I am thinking about for myself individually because I have a distinct plan that I've had on this for a while, which is, at this point, I'm going to just have to take a month off work. But I want to have my drafts, like the drafts, published next to their final version. And I'm going to have the drafts like marked up, like that shorthand we talked about, the Chicago style and everything. And I'm going to have it marked up entirely. And then explanations afterwards of what changed and why. Because I personally, when I watch other people's editing process, it's like peer pressure. I see them do it. And I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that.
I think it's really helpful to see someone else's process. I think we've talked a lot about.
And that's not me saying my process. Like, I plan to have a disclaimer at the beginning that goes, hey, try to edit it more. Take what I did, make it even better. Because I know you can.
Well,
everyone comes at it differently. Yes, sweetie, sorry.
No, you're good. It's definitely like a lot of that, but I think you do a really good job of editing what you're presenting, even like when we're working on stuff in the background. But when you see how other people edit, even if there are other things that you would change if you've never edited with someone before, getting that perspective is really helpful, especially if you're like, I don't know where to begin, because there's a big difference between doing line edits and editing for story and to make sure that things make sense. When you're actually making big changes, moving sentences and paragraphs around, there's a big difference between that and then just being like, oh, I'm cleaning up the spelling or the grammar, adding punctuation. Those are very different processes. So to be able to see that when someone else is doing it is another way that you can develop your writing, which is one reason that this has been super fun for us, creating this book, going through the process, doing Flash Fiction Live. But it's also been really helpful because, what the part we're not going to get to do today, but what we often do is switching stories, getting that feedback right away, and being able to go back through and do edits with a second opinion.
We might even, the stories we wrote today, next Flash Fiction Live, that will be our edit story, is the one we wrote today from our book.
Yeah. So if you guys let me know whose channel that's going to be on, what the link is, etc., I can add that to the Inimitable Books calendar.
When we plan that, yes.
Yes. Yeah.
We'll
and then, maybe drop this link in the description so people can be like, hey, so you can be like, hey, we wrote them during our release live stream, and now we're going to edit. So, I
want to say we put the date down like December 7th. I don't know. I got to go look.
I have it somewhere here.
I'm looking. No, I don't have it written down. And the 7th is a Saturday, so it wouldn't be.
I was going to say the 7th is a Saturday.
It's so it'd probably be
December 1st.
December 1st. That sounds right. And do you remember his channel?
Mine, I think.
And what time?
That would be at 10 a.m. Eastern.
10 a.m. Yep. Eastern. Okay. Well, I will be streaming at the same time, unfortunately, so I can't be on screen with you both.
Oh, no.
I would be.
If you want to send your story to us.
Sure.
And let us live edit. I mean, you'll be able to come back, but yeah.
Yeah.
We could live feedback it so people get a taste. Because, like, it's one thing when Chandra and I trade, because we can say, I don't know what you were going with. And then the person goes in, well, what was I going with is this. And it's another time to get a feedback where you can't respond. And I try not to respond, but it's so hard because I'm like, Chandra, help me get to what I was trying to say.
But I think that's one thing we ask each other a lot too when we're editing on screen is, this is what I took away from that. What did you mean by this?
Yeah. Yes. So Chandra, I don't see it up on your YouTube channel yet, but once it's there, we will share that live stream everywhere. And after we end this live stream, I will insert the grammar that I had written in the book into the Google Doc. And then I will share it with both of you, and you guys can rip it to shreds.
Yep. We will. There will be no shredding, but we will leave you some notes.
At the start, I will ask that you say like a disclaimer of like, these character names and these things are all fictional. Nothing in this is real.
I've thought about that one a few times.
This is real, and these are all first drafts. So,
and any relation to existing humans, animals, or situations, or people, anything, places.
Because I also I used a really cliche name for like the TV show that this actress is like is supposedly in, and I'm like, I don't know if these people are real people, so hopefully,
I mean,
wait. Eva's saying we're both gentle with our feedback, and we both are like, I feel like I'm being harsh. Like we always feel. But Chandra and I never take the feedback wrong from each other. We're like, oh yeah, no, it's the dumpster fire, honey. Thank you for reading.
I know, that's why I'm saying, like, I don't think you'd be doing it maliciously. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I trust you not to do it maliciously. Therefore, you can go.
Well, and that's the thing is that. As long as you have the mindset when you're getting feedback, is that keep the mindset of everyone has the idea of wanting this story to be better. We just have differing ideas of how it to be together. We got the same goal. We just are brainstorming what will make it better. And an author is the final decision because artistic license, man.
Yeah.
But so, Chandra, you got a promo coming up of things. You want to tease about that?
What do I have coming up?
That's promoting the books.
Oh, yes. I will have a blog post coming up soon with a giveaway. What you'd be getting is your flash fiction piece on my blog, and it would be early next year. I think it would be probably around March. I have the dates written down somewhere, but
I have
keep an eye out. Oh, perfect.
You keep talking. I will find the dates.
Keep an eye out on my blog. I'll also post about it on social media, Threads and Instagram specifically, and my Facebook page, where you can enter your story. So you'll have a few different things to do, and as you do them, there is a little widget on the blog post that'll be up, and you can get chances to have your flash fiction piece published, and you'll just need to use the hashtag 1000 words prompt, and then get in on that.
Complete some other steps to enter. So
really quick, truly.
Chandra's blog post announcing the thing will go live, at least is supposed to go live, on January 6th. And then you have until the end of January 31st. And then the winning flash fiction piece will be published in early March. So, a lot of fun.
Yes.
And then I just have a bracket. So
yes.
Well, we'll also do whoever gets the winning flash fiction, we can do some co-editing and stuff like that. So you don't have to worry about like, oh, who will edit this for me or anything like that. It'll be a collaboration, and then the winning story will go up on my blog.
Just throwing it out there, if I'm helping with it, if I'm talking to your characters, it's a good thing. That means I'm completely sucked into the world.
Yes.
I've talked to Chandra's and Sarah's characters before.
Yes. I've definitely seen those annotations.
Yeah.
So follow me on Instagram for the bracket challenge. That will be posted shortly, and then it will be voting, daily voting on my stories. Woo! That's the short. Since I've mentioned it a few times, I'll just keep it simple.
I love that.
And I'm really excited because, like, even today, I had a favorite line, and I will say, I guarantee, if you give yourself permission to find a favorite line, even if your whole story you're thinking it's crap, if you can find a favorite line, you're going to be nicer to yourself, and you're going to realize you're getting better, and soon finding that favorite line is going to get easier.
Love that.
Otherwise, you get nothing but negative, and that's not good mentally, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely don't do that.
I mean, like, you don't want people who only tell you good things, but you also don't want to only be surrounded by negativity.
This is for yourself. Now, when you're talking to others, that's a different thing. I'm telling you to be nice to yourself, at least, and find a favorite line, because all of us have the tendency not to even search for a favorite line. And I feel like searching for a favorite line has helped me have more confidence in my writing and maybe realize I might know what I'm doing. But even saying that right now, I just feel like I'm coming across as pompous and that someone's going to be like, fraud. So
well, we know that's not true. And I've also got to see a lot of the things that you've submitted and where you've been placing and stuff. And I know that you're very talented. So I'm just gonna nip.
Zara seems to think so. Now just buy the book and let us know. And then that will give us the confidence and capabilities outside of both of our full-time jobs to pursue publishing our actual writing as well.
Yes, so. And it's not to say that we won't be publishing them. We just don't. We haven't signed anything for their actual.
I haven't solicited. I got a file name, and that's even being generous. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking naming the file, and even then,
Untitled
I'm like,
project.
No,
I don't know. I'm just making stuff up at this point.
Yeah,
I love that.
What I need to do is steal my kid's iPad so I can electronically hand edit every single story. And figure out the proper way of doing that. So we'll see.
Yeah. So we are like at a little bit over an hour and a half. Does anyone have any? I love the God, the way it's spelled, the very New York accent. Oh my God.
It makes me think of the meme of, the girl with the books like, oh my God.
But if anyone has any other comments or questions to put in chat, please do before we, say goodbye. Regina, yeah, I do like for published stuff, but when it's a short little thing, I like never really have, and especially given this, mine sounds the most real that it ever could, because it's about like a real life scenario where there's an actress who's being interviewed on like a talk show, and someone has a scary boss, and someone, and it's like, oh, it's in a thing based on a book series. It's like, we know there are a million adaptations all the time, so I have to be like, no, this is not real. I was not thinking of anything real when I was writing this.
This is for funsies.
Yeah
100%. Which, I mean, honestly, I feel like just about any work of fiction, it's fiction, just like life, is so diverse, so therefore you're gonna find similarities somewhere to real life. I'm not talking about any works of fiction that are similar to another work of fiction. That will be different
sidebar.
yeah So thanks everybody for coming out. This entire community is so supportive. Thanks to Zara for hearing stickers and going, yeah, we're gonna make it happen. And just going, I got you. And especially because just like when I was applying for college, I had one choice. And luckily Chandra was with me on that choice.
Yes.
And so I'm glad we didn't have to even go back and be like, does anybody want us? So it's a great first step for us, and I know it's definitely given me the confidence to do more, and it's a passion that I didn't realize I had until we started doing it. And I'm like, oh wait, yeah, this is it. This is the thing, my thing that I share with Chandra.
I did just take another peek at the acknowledgements and see there's some names that we've seen in chat today who are also in the acknowledgements, because y'all have been there from day one. So
I even had someone message me going, like, they just got the book today, sent it to me, and they're like, thanks for including me in the acknowledgements. And I was like, you're helpful. And by the way, I pre-ordered your next book. So yeah, I'm so glad.
Yeah, who are in your acknowledgements? I formatted that so long ago. And we have
so we got Eva. Got Eva, Maggie, Kelly Wright, Kate Kavanaugh, Lauren, Adele, JC Carpenter, Richard Holiday, Martin Lejeune, Spence. I totally forgot Spence. Because I see the name and I was like, why is my kid in here? No,
I know, that was my brain.
Yeah, but I mean, but it's names that like have.
There's multiple people with the same name.
Yeah. But we all have lives, and it's okay that you're not in every Flash Fiction live. Trust me. Cherry Panda, Carrie H, author, Ken Harris, Old Grumpy Mama, and Cool Gamer, CB394. I mean, like, and then just so many more of names that I remember joining us on screen or just faithfully in chat, even if it was just being in chat, like Regina Duke. She's like, got you on the background. That's fine, sweetie. We thank you.
Yeah, Laura Nettles also was on an episode with us. And also does a lot of Flash fiction. So just a lot of people in the community who have been so supportive and written with us.
Like SD Houston.
Mm-hmm. You think Vixen a Fiction for people who don't know?
Yes.
That is Nia, and she did the art for one of Inimitable's other titles, Down the Well. She did the illustrations in that book. And I'm just going to quickly move it slightly away from my two authors up here. And today was also the release day of Enchanted Glass and Inimitable Lenormand deck, which was written by Veronica King. And the reason that segue happened is because Down the Well was also written by Veronica King. So, it's all there.
Yes. And at the beginning of the stream, if you look back, we did mention there's a card in there for Natalie. There's one for me, and there's also one.
And then there are a few that are words from the prompt book. So
I mean, she had 1,000 to choose from. So
yeah. So bear is one of the words in the prompt book. So Veronica wrote a microfic inspired by bear as part of the the stickered word bank for 1,000 words to get started.
Which, by the way, I know we say flash fiction a lot, but honestly, I've written a flash that was 61 words. I wrote it in 7 minutes because it was when I was doing flash fiction February, and I had 7 minutes before midnight, and I was trying to do a flash a day. So to keep with the idea, got it done.
And I know Maggie, who's in the acknowledgments, would also be in chat and do like 100 words, specifically using all of the words from the prompt.
Yeah, she was still able to get the 10 words in creative ways. Like my favorite thing when reading someone else's flash is I didn't even realize they used the words until I'm like, oh wait, I did read those. They were in there.
Do you want me to unbold my words? Because I had bolded them in the document I shared.
I highlighted mine in green as I went through, like to show.
I highlight mine at the top as I get them done, and then it's just all the same.
So I'm in here, and then I think the next one, if we go backwards in order, we're going to run into Chandra next.
Mm-hmm.
And then Natalie.
If I remember, there's like a heart.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like,
sun, heart, and then I'm fish because I'm Pisces.
And the heart, if I remember correctly, it's tied to maternal love type thing. And I'm like, I just got labeled mom. Thanks, by another mom.
That's so sweet. I love that.
Oh God, yeah. No, I gosh. It's But yes, Enchanted Glass, like
we are very proud of it.
Oh, it's gorgeous. And I can't wait for my copy to come in.
I'm so proud of both of you. I'm so proud of Veronica King, who I don't know if she is lurking or, had us open and then got embarrassed that we pulled this off, so then clicked off at the start.
Like all of a sudden, like, thanks.
Yeah. So she's very proud of this. She's not embarrassed of this, but she's the one who chose not to do a live stream for this today.
So we chose for her.
Yes.
Where I don't care if she's on screen, she's still getting on there.
Yes. So, these two lovely things came out today. We hope you had fun watching 3 people take the same or kind of prompt. The same prompt, because we did fill in our prompts differently. Tackle this. There are so many stickers, so many writing challenges, so many writing prompts in here. And then if you want even more, none of which overlap, 1,000 words to ignite romance. And if you pre-order and upload your receipt, you will get extra word stickers. And then if you have both, there's no rule saying that you can't take word stickers from here and use it in here, or vice versa, or combine them, or whatever you want, or take a challenge
or
from
any of the bonus word
sticker
words.
Yeah. So there's so much fun to be had. If you help make these successful, maybe we can have a third writing prompt book, which will include, none of your words chosen from the word bank can start with the same letter, which is what I did. And not only that, I made them alphabetical, but that's besides the point.
We love it. I did see Regina's note here about short story of flash fiction, Bad Hair Day.
Yes, I had pulled that up a while ago.
That was written on our stream. So I love to see stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, thanks to everybody for coming out. I hope you order. Christmas is coming up. It's a great writing gift for any fellow writers you have that are budding writers. I would definitely say there's no like language in here. It's safe language. So no matter age or comfort level of writing, if you're okay speaking English, or even if you're you think you're bad at English, this might make you better or reinforce bad habits. I know it's reinforcing some of mine because the book doesn't have autocorrect.
There's editing for that, but
I don't know that this is bad hair day, Regina, but I do see the one you posted on Ko-fi, which is the Flash Fiction Challenge number 36 was Write the Story Like a Newscast. But I don't know what prompt was used. But it was really cool. It was really angsty. So I'll put that in the chat to give Regina some love.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, we're always here to meet up with people who also write flash fiction. And I was thinking, if you have done buddy reads before, if you have this and you give it as a gift, you can also do buddy writing. So you should consider that for funsies.
And if you are going to do buddy writing, you can really, really challenge yourself by giving yourselves not only the same prompt like we did, but the same, like the entire same prompt. So if we had done
everything the same.
If we had done page 181, which is families blank, we wouldn't just say like, oh, the prompt is families blank. We would all say families, and then we'd decide on something, and then we'd all write our own separate things, and then we'd probably pick a challenge and apply that as well. So
yeah.
So interesting about that, Chandra and I, that's how we started with Flash Fiction Live before we had this like flexibility that we decided to write in. And we wrote totally different. Like the closest any of our stories were, I forget which prompt it was, but one of the prompt words was dealing with orange cat, Russian and stuff. And we both wrote about an orange cat that was totally going to eat its owner.
We did do that.
But,
and I think we've also used the same name, but we didn't talk about that, and it wasn't one of the words. It was just us sharing.
Yeah, I think so.
And
but yet it was still so diverse.
Yeah, the stories were completely different. We just
Are you sending the puppy in to do your work to get me off stream? I mean,
it's effective.
Very effective.
Good puppy.
Yes. You almost done? Yes, we are almost done.
Dinner's almost done.
Okay, dinner's almost done.
Come on, Brett.
Okay, with that, I think we're going to say
the husband has spoken.
Yes. Regina's going to be posting another one, so that's awesome. But we've been talking about it the whole time about how they're the co-authors of 1,000 Words to Get Started. But one more time for posterity, Chandra, do you want to do your outro followed by Natalie?
Hi, everyone. My name is Chandra Arthur. I am co-author of, wait, can you guess it? 1,000 Words to Get Started, which is out today.
Woo! Its sequel.
Yes, the sequel is coming soon, which is 1,000 Words to Ignite Romance. You can pre-order that today. Support us. Make sure that Natalie's children have food and new shoes. Christmas is coming up.
No, secondhand. They grow too quickly. I'm not buying new.
So,
best advice I ever got.
We do appreciate your support, your pre-orders, and of course picking it up in a shop or ordering it online. We do so appreciate that.
Please, sir, ma'am, they buy our book. Please.
Natalie, do you want to do your?
Other than following Chandra on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, Locke, as well as here's a little tidbit that I haven't told anyone, but I play Fortnite with my kids, and it's a fun little joint family thing, and even my husband gets in on it. And so if you ever see a writer Locke on Fortnite, it's me. Because apparently I can't break the name. I'm not creative. I don't want to memorize multiple things. So writer Locke on Instagram and Fortnite, and as well as on Threads, TikTok. I will get back into TikTok. I promise. I'm getting there. I've been busy. But stay tuned. I will be
here. They're both. Aside from here, you're both the same usernames everywhere, which is C Chan Wright and Writer Locke.
Yes.
the word writer and then Locke with an E, just like her last name. So
we also have the same profile pictures, I think, on everything.
Yeah, you're both really, really consistent with your online presence.
Lazy,
and I really
but yes.
appreciate that. It's really easy when I'm writing
a caption.
I don't have to are there underscores? Is there a dot? Is there what? I'm like,
yeah.
I know
we just got lucky that no one else claimed it, but when we were creating it, otherwise we would have had to.
Yes.
I mean, you can't always control it, but it was very nice for me where I was like, oh, yes, it's the same all the way down.
And then, like, my website, which has a few of my flashes on there, is natalielockbooks.com.
Yes.
And I've had people read those. And but yeah, stay tuned for, I will be making a post showcasing all the favorite 32 flashes, favorite lines from the 32 flashes. And then the day after, I'm either making that post tomorrow and then voting starts on Thanksgiving or posting it tonight and voting starts tomorrow. Either way, in my stories, you can start voting and we'll do a bracket of best line. And the best line that wins will be edited, but not the line that was in there, will be edited and I will publish it with the hashtag 1,000 words prompt onto my Instagram for people to read.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah. And so that's spanning for 42 days voting. I got it. I wrote down a system of when
so excited
to post, when to show results. And we're doing it by quadrants and everything. Chandra helps me make sure it's logical.
Logical.
You got 32 and I'm like, well, they're on page blank of this one because you can't tell what is on from which book. So it's almost like the books are being pinned against each other. So we're going to see which one wins.
I love that. So for anyone who's watched this whole live stream or came in at the end and just has no idea who I am because you've only seen the live Flash Fiction live streams, that's what I was trying to say. That's okay. My name is Zara Hoffman. I'm the founder of Inimitable Books, which is the publisher of 1,000 Words to Get Started, which came out today, and the forthcoming 1,000 Words to Ignite Romance by Chandra Arthur and Natalie Locke. We are a small publishing company dedicated to uplifting marginalized voices without pigeonholing authors into writing about their trauma. Our definition of diverse is more than just skin color. And so there are people who've been coming to some of our writing streams during the month over on YouTube and over here on YouTube and over on Twitch, being like, oh, I don't qualify. You should actually read what we say about diversity because you might. But also, we are currently closed to submissions. So if you are thinking of querying, please wait. We have gotten a lot of queries in our closed period of time. And that's not a great look for anyone, I will say. So be sure to check that publishers and editors and agents are open when you plan to query them. Because we were talking about accepting edits from people and feedback. And anyone who works with you wants to know that you can accept feedback. And if you don't follow instructions, it's not a great start. So, yeah. So they were an exception where they were like, can we do like a writing prompt book? And I was like, sure. And they were like, can we do stickers? And I'm like, yes, I love that idea.
Luckily, we had created everything and we're like, this is the idea. What say you? Please don't say no. And also I will say, this is just because the prose is not included, we still went through and edited. But
yeah. Oh no,
we edited. Easier. It was a little easier. We didn't have any, like, the plot holes were meant to be in there because you're filling in the blank. Okay, like.
Yes, but we did edit.
And so it was just a little easier than a fully fleshed out.
We edited the how to use this book. We edited
making sure
all of the things that are in lists, because those should still be grammatically correct, even if they're like bulleted or numbered.
And clear. There was many times where Zara was like, okay, so by this challenge, do you mean this or this? And I'm like, artistic license. She's like, Natalie, you got to pick one. Chandra, what do you, please help.
We do a little bit of everything with that, and I think it was nice too, like with our dedications and our acknowledgments and our bios, everything. Having another set of eyes on that gives
God,
you
yes.
so much stress relief.
And
if you're worried about hearing Natalie say, "Oh, artistic license," and I made them choose, you still have artistic license per book. You have over 2 octillion creativity combinations, and that's just the known factors that are included in the book. So the word bank stickers, not including if you write in your own words, and that's assuming you choose a separate challenge for every writing prompt, and you don't repeat any challenges or any writing prompts. So
big news, my mom just texted me, the books came in for her, so she has.
That's so exciting.
Chandra, my mom already wants you to sign one, at least.
Okay.
Just let you know. I don't know if we're going to be shipping or just meet up somewhere, but we'll get it done at some point, I'm sure.
Do that.
Well, we're going to be starting to sell signed copies of published books in December.
Yes, we still do that.
On inimitablebooks.com. They will not be shipping within 2024 because I need to ship them to the authors to have them signed, and then, that whole logistic thing. But I hope everyone will get their copy, give it to writing friends. If you end up getting a copy and then you want a signed thing, we will probably also sell signed book plates that you can just slap in here that'll have both of their signatures on it. So if you're like,
I gotta go practice my signature.
Please don't say, "Oh, I won't buy it" until the signed ones are out, because if you can't afford it, get one just from a normal retailer. It'll help them know that, oh, people want this book. We will continue selling it.
Thank
you, Spencer.
Welcome.
He just sent this 7-year-old to tell me that dinner's ready.
Yep.
No, it cannot be open. It's too loud. I'm almost done, I promise.
So Bad Hair Day is officially up on Regina's Ko-fi.
Yes, I got the notification. I'm so excited. And
I shall go comment.
I hope everyone had... Ooh, somebody just fell. Don't know what it was. I hope everyone had a good time. And I will be streaming here on YouTube at 9 a.m. Eastern on Sunday. And then an hour later, they will be streaming on Chandra's channel, starting to stream at 10 a.m. Eastern. And they will be editing each other's fics that they wrote today and mine that I wrote tonight. So will be a lot of fun.
Well, providing feedback on yours. We're not incorporating the edits, but we will be live.
Yes, you have commenting permission.
Yeah.
But yes. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
It was so fun.
Bye.